Welcome back to Fit for Life. Today we're going to do strength training, so have your weights ready. Now you know we do strength training twice a week with 1 or 2 days in between, so try to remember that. You don't want to do consecutive days because your muscles need to rest and repair a little bit and rebuild. So you could do it Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday, like that. If you want to do it 3 times a week, that's okay, but 2 times a week is kind of the norm for strength training, for us anyway. Strength training increases your bone density, and why is that important? It's very important if you have osteoporosis or you're trying to prevent it. So it can or it may reduce the risk of osteoporosis. So just keep that in mind. Besides building muscle strength, you're building bone strength or bone density. And it does work, but you have to do it, and you have to do it, more than once a month. So that's why we say twice a week or 3 times, but just remember to have 1 or 2 days in between each session. One day you could do just the upper body, which we're going to do a lot of today, and then the other day you can do the lower body or a little bit of each. Anyway, it also increases your metabolism so that you are burning calories even at rest. Isn't that a great benefit to know that you're not just building strength, but you're building endurance and you're burning calories even when you're doing nothing? I mean, what could be better than that? So again, make sure you have your weights with you. By the way, if you have osteoporosis, check with your doctor first before you do any kind of exercise, especially strength training. So just keep that in mind. How about our thoughts for the day? I think I've got some pretty good ones for you today. Food for thought. I'm going to be 80 soon. Not me, it says that in the book. And I guess the one thing that puzzles me most is how quick it got here. And you know who said that? Musician Roy Acuff. I think he's a Western singer, and he is very good. We hope he's still alive too, don't we? How about this one? How old would you be if you didn't know how old you were? I would be 30. So maybe you folks are young at heart, and maybe you don't look your age, because most people today don't. The way we dress is a lot different than the old days. By the way, that was baseball star Satchel Paige. Very famous man, very good ball player. So we're going to warm up first a little bit, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to march in place. Easy, but lift your arms and your legs at the same time. Back and forth, up and down. Good. It's easy. Now, each time you lift your leg up, you're strengthening your quadriceps. That's on the front part of the upper leg here. And I'd like you to do at least 16 of these, and we probably have already. So it's just a way to warm up your muscles. Good. And then we're going to kick out 1 and 2. Do it without holding on. You'll get a better workout, and you'll also be toning your abdominal muscles. And kick and kick. Clasp your hands together. Good. It's a little more comfortable that way. Kicking out. Try to straighten that leg each time you kick out. Good. All right. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. I'm waking up, that's for sure. All right, let's rest for just a minute. Come forward. Slide your hands right down your legs. Keep your head up. Keep watching me. Try not to round over and lift your shoulders, but pull them down and keep that back straight as you come forward. So you're getting a little stretch with that warm-up. Good. And then you're going to come back up slowly. A little bit more for the legs before we do more for the upper body. Lifting those legs up. If you need to hold on, go ahead and do it. At least you're moving, all right? Just under and over. Just loosens things up. The hip muscles a little bit while it's strengthening the quadriceps. Do your arms, so this will be kind of an upper and lower body exercise. Good. So it's under and over. There's no right or left here. We're just alternating. Oh, I am definitely awake now. Keep going, keep going. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And when I say 8, I mean 8 more because we've already done quite a bit. Wonderful. All right, now I'd like to do a little spinal twist. It's not really aerobic, but it does stretch out your muscles a little bit. So let's hold the arms here. Your elbows are bent. Bring those feet back a little bit and just do a nice twist back and forth. This can be done standing up also with the arms just flopping around and wrapping around your waist and your lower back. Back and forth, a nice stretch for your body. Good. Back and forth, back and forth. Great. Alrighty, wonderful. Now you're going to just clasp your hands, turn your hands over, and just see if you can get your palms up to the ceiling. Now, some people can only go up this far, but let's try to extend that as much as possible. Now you notice the shoulders come up on their own. Pull them down a little bit so we can see your neck. It's a better stretch when you do that. So reaching up, pull the shoulders down. Try to straighten those arms as much as possible and come back down again. So we're doing all this before we start our strength training. We're not bodybuilding. You're not going to have great big muscles. You're just going to work them a little bit, get that blood circulating. You can tone your muscles a little bit. If we wanted to do bodybuilding, we would need much heavier weights. So just keep that in mind, all right? Bring your arms down slowly, heels down, keep your back straight, and come forward. Try to keep it as flat as possible. You can hold on to your knees here. So we're doing a forward bend or a spinal flexion. Now clasp your hands together, bring your feet back. They're flat, arms up, pull the shoulders down, and very gently pull back 1 and 2. And kind of hold that abdomen in a little bit too, but don't stop breathing. Kind of tightens on its own, don't you think? So sometimes one exercise will do 2 or 3 things. It will target more than one muscle group. Wonderful. All right. Grab your water. I hope you have it on hand. Really important. And you should be drinking throughout the day too. We could do a whole show on just water and what it does for us. I'm sure most of you take prescription drugs, and this helps to dissolve them, doesn't it? I can't imagine anyone would swallow them without drinking something, but some people do. But you want to take enough water to make sure that they get absorbed properly and get right through your system where they should be. So here's to you, folks. Good. This is an ongoing thing we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. So let's take our weights. These are called free weights or dumbbells, a name I don't like, but they are weights. And we're going to do something for our biceps in your upper body, in your upper arm, in the front, but elbow should be into the body so that you can get some leverage. So you're going to bring it up kind of fast. It doesn't have to be slow, but let them come down slowly. That's where you build the strength. So remember, this is called strength training. We are trying to remain strong if we are already strong and improve. And it's been proven, it's evidence-based research, that you can improve as you age at any age. I've seen it done in physical therapy departments with people in their hundreds. And as long as they can live long enough, they can get stronger. So let's breathe out as we, and then just slowly down. Don't hold your breath, that's the important thing. So a little breath out as you, good. And you're nice and straight, and you're holding that abdomen in a little bit. Try it again. And you know we do at least 3. I'm sorry. I was going to say 8, but we need 10. So let's do number 3 now. Breathing out and slowly down, at least 4 seconds. 6 might be better. So we're breathing out again, up, and 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is 5, up, and 1. How are you doing? Getting tired? Again. But make sure that second movement is slower. That's where you build the strength. Up And even if you're not doing that out, just don't hold your breath. Not good for your blood pressure, right? All right, good. And then slowly down. Now I'd like to try something. This really isn't on the agenda today, but I'd like you to try it because people ask me, well, how do I know how much weight? Especially if they're just starting out doing strength training. You should be able to do 8 to 10 repetitions and feel a little fatigue. If after that your arm isn't tired at all and you've done it properly and breathed out for 4 seconds, if you don't feel anything, that means you probably need a heavier weight. Now these are 5-pounders. I also have 8-pounders, but I wanted to demonstrate and I wanted you to try 2 weights in one hand, bringing the elbow in. If you can do this without being in excruciating pain, up, same thing, slowly down. I wasn't sure I could do it, to be honest. Breathing out and lift up. Just do a couple. Let's do one more, up. Now this is kind of the weaker side, so let's try the other arm, whichever one you didn't do last time. Elbow in. Just hold that there for a few seconds. We'll breathe out. Good, there we go with that whooshing sound. Try it again. How does that feel? Did you notice I touched my chin? That's why I did it so slowly, so I wouldn't knock myself out here. Can you do another one? Do it again, up. And yes, be careful of your chin. Slowly down. So we know where the biceps are. If you look at your arm when you're doing work with your arm, upper or lower, if you look, you'll see the definition right away. The muscles look toned because you're working them. All right, so that's for the bicep. But what about the tricep? That's back here. Many people, especially women, complain about this loose skin. The only way that you could make this less loose is to build a very big muscle, and we're not doing that sort of thing. If it's extreme, we just wear long sleeves, don't we? But you would have to have a really big muscle to fill all of that in. Alternative, you could have it removed, but I imagine that would be painful. Probably not the best thing to do, okay? So just don't worry about it too much. Dress accordingly. So we'll come forward in the chair. Let the weights go straight down. Turn them so that they're horizontal. One leg out in front, again for leverage. Don't round over. Keep the back straight, come forward, lift out to the sides and up. And what? Slowly down. Try it again, breathing out. This is a tough one. Slowly back, good. Breathing out again. And slowly down. Try it again. Out. And slowly down again. How are you feeling? Probably not used to doing this, right? Back. And slowly down. Try it again. Up. You're not holding your breath, right? Sitting straight, shoulders down, head up. Breathing out and up. Slowly down. Try it again. I think this is about 8. If you can do 10, just do it. Do it right away. Good. And then breathing out and down. Okay. Let's just stand the weights up right here. You're sitting forward in your chair, I hope. What I'd like you to do, and this would be for the legs, is to put a weight on each leg. No, these are large, so I have to kind of straddle them here. As long as you're not going to hurt your muscle or anything that's in your leg, any problem you might be having a knee problem, and this might bother you, but if you can do it, put the weight full force, but you have to hold it so it doesn't fall off your leg. If you can't do that, just do it without the weights. We're just going to do some knee lifts. So you're going to lift and lift. How does that feel? So you're lifting against what? Resistance. You're resisting with these weights. Up. I'm not really counting right now, but we will do enough. Don't worry. So lifting. Feel that in your abdomen, your quadriceps, And you know that's the top part of the leg. Longest bone in the body is there. Up again. Getting tired? Probably not used to that. Good. And up and up. Let's do one more set, just lifting up. Great. All right, take the weights off. I'm going to sit back. Just relax for a minute. You can put your weights away or on the arms of the chair or down here, whatever you want to do. I'm going to sit like this so your legs are straight. We're just going to do a little bit of a stretch for the lower body. So you're going to flex those feet back and then point your toes and flex back and point and flex. I love this one. It feels so good. Great for circulation in the feet. You're kind of stretching the sole of the foot out. So you're stretching underneath and then on top of the foot also. So it's a very good exercise. We don't often do foot exercises, do we? But we really depend on them a lot. So make sure you're wearing a tie shoe when you're exercising, some kind of an athletic shoe. All right, let's put one foot down. If you're really tired, you could put both of them down for a few seconds, but what I'd like you to do is lift just one leg up and circle that foot. That's really important too for ankle flexibility. We'll do 8 one way and then 8 the other. Good. And then we'll go back 1 and 2. And these are easy to do and you can do them anytime. It doesn't have to be with, with an instructor, an exercise class. You can do these. And then the other side, just lifting up. Let's flex a little bit and just circle 1. Good. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7. Let's go the other way. And 1. The 8 was silent, right, on that one, on that set. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And we'll just put the foot down and relax for a minute. Put your weights down. What I'd like you to do now, we're going to do another upper body strengthener, but first I'd like you to stretch that neck out a little bit. So we're going to drop the chin right down. Oh boy, that feels great. And now we're going to lift the head up, looking up at the ceiling, and then looking straight ahead. Now I'd like you to turn as far back as you can go without pain. As far back as you can go without moving your upper body. Don't turn now, we're just turning the head. And these are done in yoga, in Tai Chi, in almost any kind of exercise that we do. Good. All the way to the other side. Now let's come back to the center. That means looking at me. And we'll do an ear drop. So we're stretching the side of the neck. Good. And then the other side. Are your eyes closed? I know you didn't close them when you were watching me first explain it, but it does make you kind of, droopy, kind of tired. Wonderful. I'd like to try another exercise. I'm not sure if we've done this one before. This is for the legs. Then we will go back to the upper body. So you're just going to put your leg out. Put the weight right up above if you can, and we're going to bounce. 1, 2, 3, tightening and toning abdomen, lower back, and your leg, your quadriceps. 5. We'll say this is 8. Let's do 10 and 9 and 10. How was that? If you really want to challenge yourself, sometime put both weights, as long as you can do that without pain. So remember now today, we're not strengthening just muscles, we're strengthening your bones. If you do fall, and I hope you never do, you're much less apt to break a bone. All right, let's do the other leg now. Put that weight right on the quadricep and bounce it. 1, 2, I know you can feel that. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Wonderful. Now, again, one weight on each leg. Come forward. I want to do this one more time. This can be done anywhere without the weights, right? Just the weight of your leg will give you a little bit of a strengthener there. And 2, this is 3, and 4, and 5, good, and 6, and 7, and 8. We're almost done. But what I'd like to do is have you have another sip of your water. Just take a little break, just for a couple of seconds here. And just feel good that you're doing something for yourself. Maybe some of you belong to a health club. Maybe, hopefully, most of you are walking. I hope all of you are walking, because that's important. That's aerobic exercise. This is strength training, and we also need flexibility. And I have a nice show that we're going to do on movement and meditation at the same time. Doesn't that sound like fun? Sounds interesting? I like to introduce you to things you may not have done before. So let's finish the upper body, especially with the paddle wheel. And this exercise, just up and around, this exercise engages almost all of the upper body muscles, and it's a tough one. Don't get it too close to your chin, right? Good. Sitting nice and tall. Wonderful. Wow. All right, let's rest for a minute here. I can really feel that. But I'd like to go backwards too on this one, so let's try it. So we'll lift the weights up, one above the other. They're not resting on each other. And we'll go backwards, 1 and 2. I know you can feel it. And 3. You can feel it in your arms, your upper body, 2 and 5. I'm getting tired. I don't want to do this anymore. 6 and 7. And if you can do 8, that's wonderful. All right. Let's put these weights down just for a minute. I'd like to do one more thing. Just shake those hands out. Shake them out. Good. Circle your hands. I used to think these were kind of silly. These were for kids, but you know what? We need it as we get older and we deal with arthritis and a lot of other things. We need to keep everything nice and loose and stretched out, all right? Shake the hands again, and then do a stop. Pull those fingers back. Now, you've been holding on to those weights, so let's stretch the hand, right? The hand and the wrist. Drop it down just a little bit more and pull it back. Good. The other side, stop. Pull those fingers back. Feel a nice stretch in the hand, in the wrist, and the lower arm too. Pulling back. Great. Good for arthritis, as I mentioned. Close your hands and open. Close and open again. Close and open, close and open. Now, I think we have time to do some arm exercises. And this would be from your elbow to your fingers. Your wrists are involved. Many times people break a wrist when they take a fall because they use their hands to kind of cushion themselves to keep them from getting hurt. But in the meantime, they're damaging their wrists. So let's rest the forearms on the arms of the chair. If you don't have arms on your chair, you can do it this way by putting the forearm on the quadriceps. You'd have to lean forward, all right? So back here again, make sure the hand extends just beyond the end of the arm. Don't drop the hand down like this. Keep the hand and the forearm on the same plane. You might like this one. I don't think it's too difficult. Little curls, but keep the arm down on the chair. And 2, good. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Easy stuff, right? Strengthening your hand, your wrist, your forearms. Great. Turn them over this time. Let's take a little rest for a few seconds. And you can lift your toes and lift your heels back and forth. All right. Now what we're going to do is a backwards curl or a reverse curl. Look at my posture starting to go. I can feel it. So try to remember to sit up straight and back, reverse curl, and then down. The forearm stays on the arm of the chair, right? And back. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Are you feeling it? And 8, and 9, and 10. Let's rest for a minute. Drop that chin down again. And you'll relax all those muscles in the upper back, in your neck. While you're down here, and you can look up to see what I'm doing, just do your ear drop very gently back and forth. Feels pretty good, I think. All right, you're going to drop your ear to your shoulder, drop your head forward gently to the other side, and then just look up. Don't try to get your head back this way. It's not good for those little bones in the back of the neck there. All right, keep that in mind. You don't ever want to do a complete head roll. It's just not good for bones, even though our bones will be stronger today because of all the exercise that we're doing. All right, let's do something that is mostly for the wrist, I would say. Your hands on your wrist rather than the forearm. And all you're going to do is back and forth, 2 and 3. You almost don't have to count on this one, just keep going back and forth. And 6 and 7 and 8. Let's do 16, 10, 11, 12, and 13, and 14, and 15, and 16. Wonderful. Let's put those weights away. We did a lot today, didn't we? And we really didn't even stand up. So try to take a walk if you can. Try your meditation. Let's do a little bit of that right now just to end the class. So I'm going to sit down and relax. Well, I am sitting down. I'm going to sit back and relax. Push your feet forward so you get nice and comfortable. And just drop your chin down. You can close your eyes. I find this a very relaxed or relaxing position. All right, you can open your eyes if you want, but just drop your head back a little bit, just looking up at the ceiling. Don't try to drop it way back like this. Good. All right. And then come forward one more time. I'm going to stay down here just for a few seconds. What I'd like you to do for the next minute is nothing. But I want you to start with the yoga breath. So we're going to breathe up. Hold that breath. And when you breathe out, when you exhale, you're relaxing and releasing all of the tension in your muscles. You've been using your muscles. Do a few of these after you've been exercising, especially if you've been exercising in a chair with me or anyone else. It's just a way to relax and unwind. So let's take another breath together, all the way up through the nose. Hold the breath for 2 seconds and exhale. As you exhale, your head will come down just naturally. Keep going, but don't fall asleep before I say, we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.